Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be sharing my 2022 yearly budget. I like to do this to get a better visual on the year as a whole and to really see where every dollar is going to be going so that we can better track our financial goals. Here on my channel, I share all things about my housewife life, including our monthly budgets, cleaning videos, grocery hauls, and more. If that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and click on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up so that I know you are enjoying this kind of content. So here is my annual budget for 2022. So first up we have the income section, and here I have a carryover, and this is just money that is carried over from the previous month into the next month. We do this because on the first of every month our mortgage gets taken out and there has to be money in there for that, and so we include this in our income because it is money that is going to be spent that month. Next up is my husband Noah. He gets paid twice a month. He has salary, and I have his income individually blocked out for his privacy. Next up is my income. I'm an independent contractor. I work for myself. I do work for DoorDash, Grubhub, Instacart, things like that. And I also have my income blocked out for privacy purposes. Next we have other, that is money we get from, gifts or selling things or just other things. And included in that category is our income tax refund. I have a pretty good guess on what we're going to be getting back. I actually underestimated it, but I have a pretty good idea of what we're going to be getting back, and that will be in about March. So that's why March has a much larger income there. And so our total estimated income for next year is going to be $68,096.88. Next up is the expenses, and first thing we have here is the buffer. This is the money that we make sure is in our account at the end of every month so that it will cover the mortgage for the next month. So that is $500 every single month, and that is $6,000 for the year. Next up we have is our mortgage. That is $492 a month. That includes our principal, interest, taxes, and home insurance, and that is $5,904 for the year. Next up is our extra mortgage, and this is one of our goals that we are working towards. We were hitting it pretty hard, and then in April of this year we actually bought a van, and we stopped making principal payments when we bought the van because our goal, one of our financial goals for the coming year, is to pay the van off within a year. So that will be in April of 2022. So we are going to get back to making our extra mortgage payments, our principal payments, and that is going to be $300 every month starting in June, and so for the year that will be $2,100. Next we have is our van. We bought a 2019 Dodge Caravan April of this year, and our payment is $330.16. And we are planning on making our last payment in March. These are the payments that come out automatically. Now they come out on the 23rd of the month, and the reason we don't have a payment in April is because that's when we plan on paying it off, and we make our principal payments the first week of every month, so it will be paid off before they can take the $330.16 for that month. So our total that we will be paying just in the payments that automatically come out is $990.48. Next we have is the extra van. These are the principal payments that we make, and we are planning on completely paying off the van in April. That is going to be $8,521.53. You can see in March that is $6,200. That is most of our tax refund that we are anticipating, and that is also the extra $800 to $1,000 that we have been putting towards the principal for the last few months. Next up on the list is the gas and electric. We already know what our January bill is going to be, and that is $207.32. This is pretty high. I noticed it's been going up. I had originally had it at $160 a month. I will need to go in and make adjustments, but for now we're keeping it at $160 a month. And so for the year, that is $1,967.32. And where I live, the electric is higher in the summer, and the gas for our heat is higher in the winter. So it does end up kind of evening out, so that at the end of the year, it should be around that $1,900. But these first, these winter months are just going to be a little bit higher. And next up on the list is our water and trash. We pay this quarterly, and it's pretty much $300 every single time. It's always right around 300. So I've estimated $1,200 for that, and that again is for our water, trash, and our sewer. Next up is Cricut. This is for my phone. I pay $35 a month. That is $420 for the year. My husband is on a plan with his mom, and so that is why it is not listed on here. Next is our internet. It is a standard $74.99 every month. There's no possible way for us to get a discount, unfortunately. I feel like $75 a month for internet is pretty high, but it is what it is. So that is $899.88 for the year. Next up is our dates and fun category. This is for if my husband and I go out to eat, or we go somewhere as a family, or we go do something fun, and that is $160 a month or $1,920 for the year. Next up is gas. This is gas for our van and our car, and that is $175 a month or $2,100 for the year. We may need to up this. I know we're going to need to up this for the summer months. I'm just waiting to see what happens with the gas prices and all that. But we do get out more in the summer, so that will increase a bit. Next we have is our household budget. This is set at $75 for the month or $900 for the year. This is for things for the house, paper products, soap, things like that. Next we have is groceries, and I actually bumped this up to $350 just because of all the inflation and all the inflated prices right now. Things are definitely more expensive. I've noticed prices on things that I buy that have gone up $1 or more. So I put this at $350. We are a family of 4. My youngest son is 7 months. My toddler is 21 months, and then there's my husband and I. And I also know that my toddler eats a lot. So I feel like $350 is a good number. Ideally, I'd like to stay around $300, but I like having that extra $50 in case we need it. So that is $4,200 for groceries for the year. Next up is Hulu, and that is 99 cents a month or $11.88 for the year. Next we have is technically debt. It is a Care credit card. I got my wisdom teeth ripped out in December. And we actually have already made a principal payment of $100 in December, just a few days after I got them taken out. And this card, I chose the year no interest option. I technically do have 12 months to pay it off, but I just don't want to wait that long. I don't like having debt. And so we are planning on paying it off in May, and we are going to be paying $164 a month or $820 and paying that off in 2022. Next up is a miscellaneous category. We are putting $100 a month into that, or $1,200 for the year. This is a little high. We usually don't need that much, but there's always something that comes up. I would encourage you, if you don't have a miscellaneous category in your budget, to get one, because it seems like there's always something coming up that doesn't fit into the other categories, and it just messes up your budget. So put a miscellaneous category in your budget. So our total expenses planned for 2022 is $39,155.09. Next we have the savings section. So for our savings, our first fund is our emergency fund. Our emergency fund is in its own bank account away from everything else, and we are planning on funding that at $10,000, and so we have $9,433 to go to meet that goal. Next we have is my husband Noah. He has his own online checking account, and he has his own debit card for it, and he can, do whatever he wants with his money. But he's going to be getting $1,400. And next is my spending money. I also have my own online checking account where my money goes, and then, if we don't spend our personal money, then it just rolls over and stays in our account. And I get $840. The reason he gets more than me is because there is a computer part that he really wants. It's $600, and I also use his computer. I'm using it now. And so I was okay with him having that, a lot more than me, because we are planning on buying that part, which will benefit both of us. And also, we used to put our money just in our expenses category for our budget. And we recently started with our own accounts, because what we would do is, he gets $60 and, I get $50. And if we didn't use it for that month, we would just lose it. It would just go into the budget, be a carryover for the next month. But now it's much easier to just have the money in our own accounts. Next up we have is gifts, and gifts all the way through to vacation is in its own fund, and I actually keep track on a spreadsheet how much is in each account. I do this in case an account has an overage. So for gifts, we need to save $836 to meet our goal. This is a new sinking fund for us. We used to just put birthdays and things that we knew were coming up into our budget, but it seems there would always be something coming up that we didn't budget for, and so we would have to take money out of our budget to buy a gift for somebody's wedding or something. And so it's much easier to just save a little bit of money each month, and when birthdays or anniversaries or wedding gifts or baby showers or whatever comes up, we can pull from the savings fund because we have the money. Next up is our subscription and membership section. This is also a new sinking fund. We pay our Amazon monthly, and we are going to be starting to pay it yearly. So this money is for that. We also have a Costco membership and some Google storage. And so we're just saving a little bit of money so that we can cover those when they come up, so they don't just come up unexpectedly and ruin our budget. So that is $210 for the year. Next up is car insurance, and we need $1,020.83 to fund that to our goal amount. And we pay our car insurance twice a year. We actually have it coming up in January and then again in July. And we actually save $35 a month by paying twice a year instead of monthly. So I would encourage you guys to set up a sinking fund for car insurance and see if that's an option for you. It's a good way to save a little bit of money. Next up we have is our car repairs fund. We are planning on saving $956.05. We already have some money in that account. This is just the amount that we need to get to our goal amount. Hopefully we don't have any major repairs this year. But eventually, too, in the future, probably in 2023, this car repair fund is actually going to be just a car fund in general. It will be for car repairs, car registrations, and also savings for a new vehicle in the future. I know we just bought a new van, but our car is getting up there. She's almost at 170,000 miles, and I use that for work. And so we are going to be needing a new vehicle in the next few years, and so I just want to have cash saved up. But for now, we're working on paying off the van and paying off our credit card and upping our emergency fund, and then we will really start hitting hard with the car savings. So our next fund is Christmas, and we have $1,051 to put into that fund. Again, we are not funding that until April because of paying off the van and paying off the card. We've got a lot of money going towards the van in January, February, and March. Next up is our clothing funds. We have 4 funds so that one person doesn't get to spend, way more than someone else. I can keep track of kind of who's spending what. My 7-month-old Jonah doesn't need a lot of clothes. He gets a lot of his clothes from his brother. So we have $70.13 to save for him for the year. My son Logan is going to be getting $174.38. He doesn't really need a lot, maybe a couple things, but it's nice to have the money there for if he needs it. Next up is my husband Noah. He gets about $25 a month. He's going to be getting $300. He needs a few things. So I actually upped his budget. It was at $200, but I upped it because I know he needs a new work coat and some things. I am at about $30 a month or so. I'm going to be getting $350 for the year. Next we have is home maintenance, and we really need to put money into this account. Right now we only have about $200 in it. So our goal to save for next year is $2,507.79. Plus what we have in there already. It'll bring us to about $2,750, which if you're a homeowner, it's not really a lot, honestly. I mean, the furnace we've already replaced our furnace, but the water heater could break or something, and that would cost a lot more than that. So we really need to work on this home maintenance budget, but this is the best we can do for now. But if we get any extra income in 2022, we are planning on putting it into this home maintenance fund. Next we have is a kids fund. This is $100 a month, it's $1,200 for the year. This is also a new sinking fund we've recently started. We used to just put, diapers and formula and things into our household budget, but it just, if there was a diaper sale or something, we didn't have the extra money in our budget and we were going over budget. And so it's nice to just have this extra money for if we need it, This is for toys, diapers, formula, just anything that comes up random that the kids need. It's nice to have this money, and it's nice that if we don't use all of this money, that it can roll over and, then maybe we can stock up on diapers or something the next month. Next we have is medical. This is another thing we used to not have in a savings account. We used to just guess every month what we would need for copays, medicine, things like that. And there was always something popping up. You go to the dentist and the insurance didn't pay everything, so you owe $30 or something. And it was just it seems like there was just always something popping up random. So it's nice to have this money. We're going to be saving $40 a month, $490 for the year. Next we have is a pictures fund, and we need $88.99 in that fund. We have, I think, about $250 saved up already. This is for professional pictures. We've never had them done as a family, and we're looking forward to doing that this year. And so we have to save about $7 a month for that. Next up is vacation. We love going on vacations. We haven't really gotten to go anywhere really extravagant. We've pretty much just stayed in Michigan. So this amount is pretty high. We've got $4,499.75 to save for the year. We do have about $500 in that account. So that will bring us close to $5,000, and I feel like we could really do a lot with that. Next up is taxes. This is what I pay from what I make. I do work for myself, but I still do pay taxes. So I save about $300 a month for that. It just depends on how much I make. And that is about $3,600 for the year. And our total for the savings category, our estimated total for 2022 is $28,941.79. And this is a zero-based budget, meaning that all of my income minus all of my expenses minus all of my savings equals zero. I know where every single dollar, every single penny is going to be going, and it just really helps me to stay on track. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I'm going to be going into this budget at the end of every month and updating it with our actual numbers. So things will be changing. Our budget will not be this exactly every month. It will change, and so I am planning on going in every month and actually updating it with all of our actuals so that it makes sense. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that I motivated you to get started with budgeting for the new year. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and comment down below and tell me a financial goal that you have for 2022. Bye guys, I'll see you in the next one.